I was sitting here thinking, how does one stop blaming themselves? How does one stop hating themselves with every fiber of their being? How does one stop thinking that every bad thing that's ever happened to them is not their fault? How do you stop making yourself the victim? Even if you are really the victim, how do you stop? And this is a question that I've had for the longest, and I haven't been able to really give anyone an answer because I wasn't too sure. And the funny thing is I figured it out. Not today in this moment. I figured this out years ago because somehow I was able to change those things about myself. I was able to stop hating myself, and I was able to stop blaming myself. And I couldn't really figure out how I did it. I just know that I didn't anymore. And today I was able to verbalize how I did that. And basically, the conclusion that I came up to is those things at its root is a change in perception. You're changing the way you see something, you're changing the way you think about it. And when it comes to changing your thoughts and your perception, it's more about repetition than anything else. What usually happens is our thoughts are eating us alive. We have these thoughts in ourselves that tell us you're a horrible person, this is all your fault, you're not worthy, you're ugly, you're stupid. All of these horrible things, these are the thoughts that are inside of our head that's blaming ourselves or that's hating ourselves. And what happens is you literally have to combat these thoughts. So whenever you have the thought of, oh, this is my fault, I'm stupid, you have to stop yourself right there and be like, no, that's not correct. This is not my fault. I am not stupid. I did the best I knew how in that situation. You literally have to counteract those thoughts. And what's so funny is you're absolutely not going to believe those thoughts the moment you start doing this. You're gonna sit there and you're gonna feel like a fake fraud, like a liar, because you're sitting there and part of yourself is telling you that you're worthless, and then you have to be there and be like, no, I'm not worthless, and you don't fully believe it. But after enough times of telling yourself, no, I am worth it, I am worthy, I deserve better, you start to reprogram your mind. And that's basically what you're doing. You have to reprogram your mind, which is why it's a matter of repetition. The more you say those counteracting thoughts, the more you repeat it, the more it gets stuck in your head, and the more you say something, you'll start to believe it eventually. And so once you start believing it, you'll actually see the change. But until you start believing it, it's more of a waiting game and just repetition. And I wasn't able to verbalize that because I didn't realize that until now. And now I can share it with people.